going to be talking about stocks, of course, locking profits, not being hesitant to lock profits. It is so important. Let me just put up the link on, and let's talk stocks. Sorry, I can't talk and type at the same time. It's like those Trident commercials. I think that they were Trident, and let me just type and then I'll talk to you guys. All right. There we go. Awesome. Up and up. Very cool. Okay, so let's talk some stocks. Let me get the live stream. Always the picture that it picks makes me absolutely laugh. That the headshot that it randomly picks makes me just laugh like crazy. So let's put up GameStop over here. Bad hair day. So busy locking profits. Not going to worry about my hair when busy locking profits, right? That's being a day trader. Protecting your capital and locking your profits. So GameStop, right? Big talk of the whole market, right? Manipulation, not on the side of the dark pools, on the side of the retail trader, right? And people continuing to buy. In fact, there tends to be, I found this trend line on the 45-minute chart. I was like, oh, you know what? It was resistance here, and then it was support, and oh, look, it was support again, and oh, look, it was support again, and oh, today, look at how this has really acted as support. And it also happens to be the 200 SMA. This is a 5-minute chart over here. And then I also drew this downward trend line from this morning on the 45-minute chart, and that's the one that I tweeted out, hey, this has broken out. Now look, where did it stop? Oh, cool, it stopped right at one of these moving averages. That is why these moving averages work. Because of computers that are programmed to buy and sell off of them. Just getting the chat up on the other computer, so don't mind me up here. All right, let's pull it up. There we go. Okay, so let's see the chat, waiting for the chat to come up. Hi, Arky, welcome. So looking at GameStop, is it going to run higher? There's definitely a potential. Now, there is something that I do use called LiveVol Pro. LiveVol. LiveVol is what it's called. So let's put it right here. All right, so this was yesterday, right? The 28th for GameStop. And some targets that they had were 371. So I got curious, right? What is happening today, right? This is just simple bid and ask pre-market. Okay, look, 1,500, 1,700, 650, a low of 312. Hey, well, 312. Looks like that 312 kind of held, right? Hi, Christy, welcome. Oh, Christy, you know what? I try not to promote the live streams in Stephanie's area. So thank you for mentioning it, but I try to keep it separate. Hi, Jane. Please have a good week. Could you check out PLD? Yes, awesome week. Busy, locking profits, Carpe Profit. So looking at that, hey, if you guys want to also buy the hat right here, Carpe Profit, just go to CJ Trade in the shop and then click on the hat if you like it as well. Little plug. So looking at it right here, could have bigger moves to the upside again. Now, let me log in here. I am also going to be doing a webinar. I'm not sure exactly the date, potentially next Wednesday night with Flow Trade to show you guys when the market is not live. So we can review what has happened in the market. They are all traders that work there. And so this has also been influential in setting up and seeing what's happening. Hey, this is a 1 minute chart when it loads. This is the SPY. What's going on? Hey, it looks like the SPY is selling. Looks like they started selling back on January 19th. Any wonder that it is dropping now? Not really, right? Not really a wonder there that this is continuing to move to the downside. Let's also check out silver over here. Lots of people liking silver. Hey, look on the 15-minute chart. Oops, they are buying silver. Let's put KOSS here. Oops, I misspelled it. KOSS. Awesome trade there. Again today, very low float, very high risk for these low float stocks. So GameStop, 1 minute chart here. Hey, Koss looks like maybe it's going to have another run coming. On that 15-minute chart, they're buying. Let's see here on the 1 minute chart. So here, hey, what happened with the high frequency algorithm? Oh, look, it was buying, and it was buying. Oh, look at how it sold off. What happened up here? It sold off, came down. Are we getting ready for that next wave and move up of buying? So maybe if this was a 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe we're about to head into a 5th wave as well. KOSS looks like they have started somewhat selling, bounce, selling, and the price action stalling right here roughly at $85. So checking that out. So I will be doing, like I said, that webinar with Flow Trade. I'm going to shut this down so that we have a couple windows less running so that there's no freezing of the picture. And let's check out the SPY. So you guys saw it. The SPY is dropping. Not the sky, but the SPY. Is that normal for this time of year? Yes. Hey, look at what we're hitting on our daily. We're hitting a 50 simple moving average, right? Let's just check and make sure. Yeah, 50 simple moving average at 370.82. Are we going to bounce here, or will this be a continuation of what happened last January? How far down are they going to take it? Remember, best not to catch that falling knife. However, you can profit nicely, potentially with some puts. Remember, for a while, I was saying check out VXX with this box of consolidation. Hey, if we go above it, that could be very influential. Yes, we did. Every time that we go above it, it tends to, look here, it tends to go to the 90. We went there, 90. This one went all the way up to the 425. Maybe it will head, and also this one. So right here at the red line, and then it came to the 425 there. So let's look at the past and see every time that it sort of shot up. So here it came up, shot up, and continued again. Shot up, continued. All right, so we are in this drop in the market. However, usually it doesn't always continue to drop. I'm not saying buy, right? Because this is inverse of the SPY. It measures the put buying on the SPY. And somewhat, since people tend to want to exit at the bottom and buy at the top, this could be somewhat of a laggard as well in relation to the market. So now, hey, look at that. All of a sudden, it is reversing right there. Kind of interesting. And we're also hitting that EMA on the daily right over here, or SMA on the daily. I know it looks like spaghetti. People are like, Jane, you're crazy with all these. They work. So this 50 as well, the 50 started to curl up here. When we look back at last January, where do we go? We came to the 50 and we pulled back, and then we surged higher. So we could have another potential drop down in the market with everything that's happening with COVID. The big guys, this has been going sideways for quite some time, quite a big move, really big volume. Looks like this day, let's check and see. January 27th, let's go VXX, let's go here, and let's go here and here. Did we have any crazy volume? Dun, dun, dun. Loading. Hey, Asif, good. Not much action today after such big volatility in small cap stuff. Atomic stocks, there's tons of action. TRX, KOSS. No. And GME. there's lots of action today. Look, there's no action. What are you talking about? Let's check out KOSS. KOSS down here at 53 and went up to 105, doubled. TRX, a gold trade, penny stock. I never trade penny stocks. I rocked this one from 84 today up to 174, doubled my money on it. Not the typical, but was checking it out. So, and also GameStop. GameStop might have more move to it. All right, so we're looking at the SPY. Let's get back to the SPY. How much further are we going to come down? Maybe we'll come back down to this trend line right here. Let's look at it on the daily. Oops, excuse me. I hit the 5 minute. There we go. So if we look at it, this is the bottoms from on the way up, right? The little mini correction we had in October. September, it stopped right here. October, it stopped there as well as that trend line. So maybe we could stop here, 367. Maybe it'll come back to 345 area. And it might end up, oh, no setups on yours. Okay, well, that's okay. Not every day has to be a trading day, right? And the Qs are starting to pull back as well, right? Starting to see the same patterns. Maybe it will come back to this trend line here. Also the 50 simple moving average at 309. Let's check out the Russell. Who broke the market? Hey, Julio. I don't know, but it's fun when the market drops, right? We can make money on both sides. It's not a panic scenario for a trader. For a long-term investor, it might be a little bit more scary. But as a trader, yeah, the ES is at the 50. Yep. And this might come back down to 204 here. Let's check out the Dow Jones. Are we below that box up there? Yes. Hey, we're testing this trend line from these highs over here. This was a little bit of an ascending triangle. We broke out. Let's see if we measure this. Let's do this. I love these mathematical, right? 810. Let's see. We go here. Oh, a bit more than 810. Right there was 810 at 308. So now it's coming back down. This is below the 50. So right now, DIA is below the 50. IWM looks like it's the strongest. Qs is fairly strong as well. And the SPY looks pretty weak. So it's not a panic scenario. Hey, look, let's check out Mara. Ran up. It needs to break above this trend line here, in my opinion, to get into Mara longer term. XLF, what's happening over here? Let's remember we looked at XLF on the 12-month chart. Hey, look at what happened here. So this is the drop back in 2007. Oh, thanks, Todd. Yeah, I did it over the last weekend. It's quite magenta. And then it dropped all the way down to 477 from 29 in 2 years, 2.5 years. And then it rebounded. Are we setting up for that same drop for the banks? Could it go even further? We will see. It looks like we're starting to have that rollover, right? Once this really dropped here, it really had, we could be in a bad drop, but there's always trades, right? Good or bad, there's always trades. So gold is still going sideways, pulling back a little bit. Silver is, well, we had Wall Street Bets that was talking about squeezing silver. And sure enough, it's moving to the upside. It did hit a trend line today, and it's pulling back. Goldman raised the price target on EXC 256. You know what I think, John? When I see a price target raised, have you ever followed them to see where they end up that next day? My thought is it's probably dropping. Yep. If they want people to buy it, if they're selling, what would they do? Hey, this is going to go up to the moon. Maybe you should buy some. Boop. Nope. It's dropping. if you actually look at it statistically, but it also the market is dropping as well, so that makes it more difficult, right? Yeah. So if they want to sell shares, wouldn't it be kind of a coincidence if they had to upgrade it? And then all of a sudden, it drops. And then as it drops, then it goes all the way down. Maybe they downgrade it to get out, for everybody to get out. And then they buy it all up and take it up to that $56 mark. I don't know, just a thought. Just think about it next time you see an upgrade. If I see an upgrade on a stock that I'm in, I'm a little hesitant, to say the least. All right. So let's look at the list today. Let's also check out Amazon. Amazon surged higher, broke above the trend line on the daily chart, and came right back down. It's not been able to, you know what I'm going to do? This, right. But you know what? It's not. So here, I think I really need to do this on a weekly chart, that upper trend line, because this one is not, it's setting higher highs, but it's not holding, right? Now we're actually breaking down from this trend line. Let's adjust this one over here. Oops, undo that. I have no idea what this one is. Let me just adjust the price here. Oops. Okay, that's not the one I wanted to adjust, actually. Undo, undo. This is the one. All right, now I have this where I can grab it, put it over here. All right, so it's been extended out. It's not, this box on the weekly, we could actually move it up here. And when you look at that, then it's kind of like, all right, well, there's going to be a really big move in Amazon. In fact, look at how far this box really, right here, right here. So how many weeks is this? Kind of been going sideways. 25 weeks, almost 6 months, right? Amazon has been going between, trading between 30.89 and 3,300. Big resistance right here, roughly at 32.50. And earnings, whoops, is earnings today? Earnings is the 2nd of February. So this could be setting up for a big move one way or the other. More and more exit strategy has become my first priority. Yes, very good job, G Shrink PhD. Working on risk management first is number one in trading, not profits. When you manage your risk properly, the profits come. Right? Who else can agree with? Can you guys agree with me on that one? Hey, if you like the live stream, please hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you know when I go live and we can talk about the market all together. All right, so Amazon, still somewhat in a bit of a holding pattern. Probably after earnings, we will see what happens. Who knows? Maybe their expenses went up with COVID. People were out sick. Just a thought. I know that, weren't they talking about their employees creating a union? They weren't excited about it, and I certainly wouldn't be, as the richest man in the world, want my employees to potentially be unionized. But that's only if he's not necessarily treating them fairly, right? If he was treating them fairly, like Whole Foods used to before it was bought out by Amazon, then there should be absolutely no reason why he would be upset. But it is a fairly large company, so it makes sense that they could join together to have the proper support and proper pay or whatever their issues are. If it's already happening, they wouldn't want to organize, right? That's my viewpoint. Okay, Microsoft, we have a bit of a wedge here, had earnings, nice surprise, 39 cents. It's shot up, and now we have a bit of a trend line setting up here. Let's take this one. Let's steal this little guy over here. Let's put it up here, our new high. Agreed. Well trade. Manage risk. Follow. Profits follow. Yep. That's true. All right. So we have this here. And this is a fairly shallow trend line. So we're going to leave that one. This one right here, we're testing it right now. You guys see that? So if we break down, we might come all the way back down to the 50 over here, roughly 218, maybe a target of 222 if we break down. It could just be a correction, right? It's still, Microsoft would still be in an upward trend overall, long term. It would just be a correction from this parabolic upward move that it had running up into earnings, which these sorts of moves are not sustainable. And let's look at this. So my first one on my list today was SWKS. I don't think Roger is following me. Roger sent me a message. He's one of my subscribers to my watch list. And where are my levels? Oh, here they are. So I said, hey, if we break above 189, potential run to the upside, and then pull back down 178.80. Yeah, Julio, you know what? Actually, someone just sent me an ebook all about that, the mean reversion trades. It definitely happens with the overextension. When you have a parabolic move, think of it this way. If you throw something in the air, it can only continue to go up so long before it falls back down, right? How much have you made throughout the time you've been in stocks? Enough serious. I keep my private stuff to me. Thank you. Living a very happy life. Have been self-employed ever since my daughter was born back in 2014. So I was 8 months pregnant, laid off, and came to day trading. I already had a value investing background and already had a value investing portfolio prior to coming to the market as a day trader. So, Julio, there's a couple different things. I mean, obviously the money runs the market, right? And it's irrational. Look at GameStop. That was 140% short. There was naked shorting on that. So when that will happen, hey, guess what? A short squeeze is due to happen, right? That's just the nature of the beast. If you have more shares than the overall float short, then it has to actually squeeze, right? They have to close it. All right, so Skyworks is coming back onto the daily over here, right? Came back down to the moving averages. Look at how every time it draws down, it tends to come to the 21 EMA. We had a drawdown there, shoot up on earnings, pull back. Is it going to come all the way back down to 161 now after earnings, or is this going, let's check it on the 45-minute chart, see where the 425 EMA is too. Oof, what a nasty pullback. So maybe it will come back down to 158, which is just below. See how it also, this one likes to bounce as well off of the 425 EMA. So maybe that would be a potential entry. Looks like just some major profit taking happening from that surge and squeeze higher. FSM today, also a silver stock, with the silver trades that were happening with the squeeze. Any tips for beginner? Kuant, definitely paper trade. Honestly, putting together a 20-hour video training course. And number one thing that I can recommend is learning first. If you want to do this as a profession, everybody gets enticed by the money, but like any profession, you cannot just jump right into it and expect to be profitable. You have the ability to open up an account, but if you don't know what you're doing, then you have a 50-50 chance. So educate yourself, paper trade, and also risk management first. Learning the strategies and doing risk management first will really help you over time. Then once it clicks for you, then position small with real money and then continue and grow everything, right? All right, so FSM, this was actually, this is hitting a Fibonacci level right here, 778. Had that mapped out earlier. And this could potentially squeeze higher. They could be pulling it back down to potentially get in, to squeeze it higher. It did hit the 20 SMA on the daily. This looks much like, no, sorry, ASIF. That would be too labor intensive. Part of what I love about trading is the fact that I'm not tied to anything. I really love helping you guys every day at about 12 o'clock. But oh my goodness, it's also Friday. I have to run at 12:45, which is now, because I have ticker talker. Totally forgot. I always forget on Fridays. So KOSS as well was running up, had a nice move. Let's put this on the 15-minute chart. This one was another one that they were saying is manipulated because it was low float, high short interest volume. And this one had a nice move, 53 up to 105 today. Caught some price action there. Ericsson had earnings and pulled back today. These levels are awesome. When you see that one breaks, then either direction, it will tend to run up or it will run down. And so that's why I set these up. We also have Bed Bath & Beyond, had the potential to squeeze today because of where it was on the chart, close to the moving averages, bouncing right here. Sure enough, it's also, hey, look at that, 425 EMA. If you don't already have the 425 EMA on your chart, I highly recommend it. Okay, and Johnson & Johnson as well had a little bounce. Looked like this wanted to try to curl up here. However, it failed following the moving averages down. CCL as well on the short list. I think that's them. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I'm going to have to run, guys, because I'm going, I'll check out NNDM really quickly too, because I have to jump over to Ticker Talker. So have an amazing weekend. I will see you all on Sunday at 1:30 for the live stream. Then, if you all ever have any questions, please feel free to email me at jane@cjanetrade.com. Until then, have an amazing day. Carpe Profit. Seize those profits one